Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 7 of Basics and Beyond the podcast. Today, we are talking about motivation and discipline. What are they? The differences in them, and how we can use each one of them to get ourselves closer to the goals that we have created for ourselves. But first, we always have to dig in a little bit and find out why we have the goals that we have. That is going to help us get past the motivation into the actual discipline that's going to help us ultimately reach those goals that we have. So, thank you for joining. Welcome to the show. It's episode 7. Come on in. Welcome to episode 7 of Basics and Beyond, the podcast. I am so excited to have you here today. I'm so excited about the topic of discipline versus motivation. Honestly, there are so many ideas and thoughts and perspectives on motivation, on discipline, and there is a lot of confusion about which is better. Let's see, what other questions do people wonder? Do I need to be motivated to do certain things? How do I get discipline? What is the key to motivation and discipline? And how do you overcome those two things if you don't have them? Or how do you get them? Or what's going on? It's very confusing. So today, we are going to talk all about motivation and discipline, and I'm going to give you 5 key ways that you can build unshakable discipline for yourself. So, being a functional health coach, the thing that I always look for and that I talk about and where my passion really comes from is root cause of issues. So I'm always looking for the root cause of issues. And it's interesting because my whole life, that really is where I start and where I end. So when someone comes to me with an issue, a question, or when I'm presented with a challenge or a task or an action, I always peel away the layers to get to that root of what needs to be done, whether it is the first step in a task or a project, whether it is finding what is really causing someone's issue. I go directly to the root of what is going on. And that is really the key when we are in a space where we're trying to make change in our lives. And that's the perspective we're going to take on discipline and motivation today is, of course, how do we use discipline? How do we use motivation? How do we find it? How do we get it when we are trying to make those big changes in our lives? And I'll tell you what, if making lifestyle changes to be healthier, to change your physique, they are big changes. I know a lot of times we talk about taking the small steps, but those small steps create those big changes. So don't kid yourself and don't let other people kid you. They are big changes. You are changing a lot of things about how you interact on the planet and how you work and what things you do in order to change those lifestyle habits, in order to be a healthier person consistently, in order to change your physique for the duration of your life and not just for 10 days or 10 pounds, right? So they are big changes. And how do we use motivation? How do we use discipline? And so the first thing we need to talk about is when you choose your goal or when you come up with an idea for a goal, the first thing you should do is ask yourself why. Why? Why do you want to attain that goal? Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Why do you want to fit into a size 2? Why do you want to run a marathon? Why do you want to be a bodybuilder and get on stage? Whatever that goal is for you, you need to find out why first. And it's not asking why of anyone else in your life. They don't know. The question of why you want what you want has to be asked from yourself to yourself. You really have to sit down and ask yourself, why do I really want this? What is going to be the benefit, or what are the benefits? Maybe there's more than one, usually there is, to me doing this. It has to be deeper than I just want to be a number on a scale, or I just want to wear that size of pant, or I just want accolades from other people. Those motivations, see the word I used, but those reasons why are very surface level, and they're not going to get you through the challenges that you are going to face when you're making big changes. They're just not. It's too easy when you lose motivation. When you lose your motivation, it is too easy to just completely give up if you're looking at surface level wise. You have to peel back the onion. You have to dig into the root of why you really want to do the thing that you are setting as a goal. What is it going to do for you? How is it really going to benefit you? Those are the important questions that you need to ask yourself. And it takes time sometimes to get to that root answer of that question. So let's talk about that motivation piece. So motivation really is, we can kind of describe it as that initial spark that creates your desire for your goals. So it's that surface level thing. That's that initial dopamine. Ooh, I really want to X, or I really want to Y, right? And you get really excited. Motivation has that kind of spark and that sparkle to it that makes you excited. It really has this big emotional drive in the moment. Motivation is very fleeting. Motivation isn't something that you're going to feel strongly over time. It's going to wane, it's going to go away, it's not going to be as present for you. So it's something that's very difficult to rely on in the long term. Can motivation get your butt off the couch? Absolutely. Can motivation keep you going for the short term? Sure. Motivation is not going to keep you going for the long term, and it is not going to assist you when those challenges arise that you feel really overwhelmed with. Discipline, on the other hand, discipline is when you consistently apply willpower and follow through. And the only way to consistently apply willpower and follow through in your actions is when you understand why you're doing what you're doing. So this really is the backbone. This is your backbone. This is what's going to ensure your progress when motivation leaves, when you're not enthusiastic about what's coming, when you don't really want to get to the gym, when you really want to lay on the couch, when you really just want that bag of chips or that pint of ice cream because it's so much easier to eat than to actually make food. Discipline is what is going to get you there. Willpower. Discipline is that piece that gives you the willpower to follow through with what you said you were going to do, with the promises that you made to yourself about the tasks and targets that you're going to hit consistently in order to reach the goal that you have. So really, discipline is about the commitment that you have and the routines that you build and the perseverance that you use in those routines and with that commitment. Commitment to the routines and the perseverance that you use for that. That's what discipline really is. So, as you can see, discipline really is the thing that's going to get us to the goals. Why? Because discipline is going to allow us to take and hit those small targets that we have every single day that get us to our goal. We need to focus on the discipline, the willpower, the tasks at hand every single day, those little targets consistently in a committed way, in a routine, make it a routine. We have to persevere every day to hit those targets, because if we have the right targets in place and we modify and adjust those targets as we go, which is what a great coach will help you do when things get tough. That's what I do for my clients. You will be able to persevere through the challenges to continue to hit those targets so that you do reach those goals. And when you reach that goal, guess what? I guarantee you there's going to be another goal down the road that you're going to want to hit. However, in order to do all those things, you first have to ask yourself the question of why. Why do I want to do this? And what am I going to benefit from if I do this? How am I going to feel? How is my life going to be different? See how it's the what, how, why. All those things are important to ask yourself about that goal, because that is going to help you with the discipline. That's going to help you with the motivation piece to get you disciplined, to have the commitment to your various routines, and you're going to persevere through. So, all that being said, there are some strategies. Of course, there are strategies. Why would I not stand here and help you with some strategies? That's why I am here. This is what I do. This is what this podcast is about, is to kind of break everything down into the simplest forms, give you some strategies to take away and try. And then you need to let me know how those strategies work for you. And like I said, I'm always here for you. So if you need help with strategies, all you have to do is let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. So let's talk about, let's go over three ways to improve your discipline, three big ways that are going to improve your discipline, right? Remember, we said discipline is about the commitment, the routines, and the perseverance. Okay. So, number one, you have to set clear goals, honest to goodness. And along with that, what I mean is you take that big goal, a specific achievable goal, like I want to run a marathon. I want to run, let me get real specific. I want to run the Twin Cities Marathon in October, and my goal time is 3:45. Okay, that's a very specific goal. It's time bound. It has all the important things to it, right? I can measure it, all of those things. Okay, so that's my goal. However, does it really help me? Does it help my commitment if I just set that goal? Absolutely not. Does it help me in terms of routines? What are my routines going to be so that I can continue to do that and have my commitment and make those promises to myself so I actually hit the goal? What are the routines I need? So you need to break that goal down into smaller tasks, manageable steps, and it has to be clear, manageable, small tasks that you can accomplish, that you can set out as kind of your path to that goal, so that every day you know what you're supposed to do to get you there. You can stay disciplined, right? You have that commitment to yourself, to the promise, to the goal, to the tasks at hand, those routines, and you're going to persevere through them. Okay. Set clear goals. That's number one. Big goal, and then your small targets that you can create routines around that's going to get you to that goal, keeping in mind that you may have to modify as you go, which is really important. Number two, this is the second one. It makes sense. It comes after setting those goals because it's called create a routine. We talk about routines all the time. Routine. You know what's interesting is we are actually genetically set up as human beings to thrive with routine. So if you are in this state of chaos all the time and you don't have routines, it's very, very difficult. Think about all those changes that you make. Like right now, I can think it is just beginning the summer of 2024, and we are moving, and my routines are all out of whack. Everything is a little chaotic. And it's tough. It's real tough, right? It's really tough to hit my goals and hit my tasks every day, but I'm really working hard at it. So create a routine. So here's the deal. Develop a daily or weekly schedule, or both. That includes like your non-negotiables, right? So most of us have a job to do. So put your work into your schedule, right? Put your work into your daily, weekly schedule. Okay, that has to be there. Schedule your rest times. If you need to, schedule your breakfast, your lunch, your dinners. If you need to, schedule your personal activities, right? If you have kids, you have a lot of personal activities going on. If you have activities that you do, say that you play volleyball one night a week, or you're on a golf league on Monday evenings, put those into your schedule so that everything else, you have time, you can see it, you can set those small targets into your schedule every day, right? So if it is a marathon that you want to do, find a great training program. If you can't find one, just let me know, because I've done a few and I have some good training programs I could share with you, or I could point you in the right direction. But if that is your plan, if that is your goal, then you need to schedule according to that marathon training plan that you have chosen. You need to put those running days in and how much you're going to run, and you need to schedule those into your calendar. And you should have rest days in that plan too, so you need to schedule that too. So make sure that you're, number two, creating a routine for yourself. The easiest way to create a routine for yourself and keep promises to yourself and not forget things or run out of time for them is to actually put them in your schedule. And here's a little quick note. This is like 2A for creating, a routine. Color code everything. Then color coding is kind of fun. Okay, the third thing that is actually going to help you quite a bit, and we're going to end here with 3. We're just going to give you the top 3. Top 3: eliminate distractions. You want to eliminate the distractions that you create or that other people create for you that will derail you from that routine that you've set up for yourself that is around those targets and those goals, so that you're disciplined, right, to reach your goals, and that you don't need motivation to make it happen. You have the discipline because it's in your calendar. You set the goals, you have your targets, and you're eliminating the distractions in your life that are going to keep you from doing those things. What does that mean? First, you have to identify the distractions that are going on for you in your environment. Sometimes, look, your phone can be a distraction, whether you're on it or not, right? If you see one of those little red things pop up, there's a reason they made those red. They want you to attack your phone. They want you to pick it up. They want you to look at what's happening on your phone. Maybe you need to put your phone in a different room. Maybe you need to find ways to disable your phone while you're doing the things you need to do so that it doesn't distract you. It doesn't make noise. You're not checking it all the time. Maybe it has to be in the other room. Maybe in your environment, you have a lot of things going on, people coming in and out of the house, you have children, you have a spouse, you have all those things happening. Maybe you need to dedicate a space in the home where you can get work done in a timely manner, where you can do your workout. Maybe you have to go outside the home to do your workout, and you have to schedule that, and you can't let anything distract you from that, right? Maybe, say, for example, the example we're using of running a marathon, maybe to eliminate distractions, I'm going to put my running clothes and my running shoes in one spot all the time. It's going to be right where I'm at. So as soon as I'm done doing my work for the day, I'm just going to throw those on. I don't have to worry about walking into the kitchen and seeing a mess and having to clean that up. That's a distraction. I'm just going to put my stuff on, my head out the door. I'm going to run, right? So what you want to do is think about what's happening in your environment with your life and what creates those distractions. What do you see? And here's what I do. It's just an audit, right? It's not good or bad. It's just what's happening. And maybe you just keep, for a couple of days, you keep a log, an audit of the things that distract you or move you away from what you're supposed to be doing in the moment, right? So if you have a work project due and it's due on Wednesday, and you have a set timeline that you have to get certain activities done or certain actions done. When you're doing that, what are the distractions? What distractions are you noticing? Are people constantly coming in to ask you questions? Is your phone ringing? Are you checking socials even though you're on your computer? Whatever it is, find your distractions and then find ways to eliminate or reduce those distractions so that every day you have the routines that you need because you have scheduled yourself to hit those targets you've created that's going to get you to that goal. And when you do those things, when you find your why do you want to achieve that goal? How is your life going to be better? What are the benefits to you for that goal? When you find that why, when you peel back the layers and find that why, then you set your clear goals and your targets, put those into your schedule to create a routine. And then number three, eliminate those distractions. You're not going to need motivation because what we know is motivation is fleeting. It's not going to get you where you want to go. You're not going to need motivation to get your butt out the door to go for that run, for that marathon, or to make sure that you're eating enough protein and getting your food in, or to make sure that you're sleeping enough, or to get to the gym those 3 to 4 days a week. You don't need motivation anymore. Now you have discipline because you followed those three important steps. Actually, 3+1, right? Because the first one is finding your why. Discipline always trumps motivation. Motivation is very fleeting. Motivation is just an instantaneous thing. It's not going to get you very far for very long. Discipline is the thing that is going to move you in the direction of those goals and hit those targets every day. If you're struggling with discipline or motivation, either one, I am here for you. Hopefully, you'll take those three things, find your why, set your goals, pick your targets to get you there, block time in your schedule for yourself and your goals, make those promises to yourself, eliminate your distractions, and make that progress that you've always talked about making toward your health goals, toward your physique goals. And if you start today, you'll be amazed at where you are next week and next month. And oh my gosh, where you are next year. Keep me posted on how that's going for you. And if you do have questions or thoughts, or you need a little bit of help with those strategies, those goals, with your why, I'm here for you. That's what I do, man. I'm a functional health coach. I help people change their lives. I change people's lives. Give me a call. Hit me up on socials. You have my information. Check below. You can find me anywhere. I am here for you. I am here to help you live your power every single day. And that starts by creating more discipline in your life.